We'll see what they think of it. It'd be good to get this one moved on. It's been sitting around for too long now, but let's see what they think. So we sold a Hyundai i10 after its very first viewing. Sold it to a local girl who needed a little run around. She looked at quite a few cars in this kind of price bracket and they were no good. She was really impressed with the i10. She bought it straight away. She can collect it now in a couple of minutes time, so it should be here soon. And that's another one sold after the very first viewing. So that's good stuff. So all of the old stock that's been sitting around for a little while, I'm slowly moving them on now, which is good, and then I can start working on a new stock that's coming. So this is my latest blind buy, guys. It's a 2014 Skoda Fabia 1.2 petrol. I think it's the SE model, so it's a decent spec. A couple of reasons why I bought the car, which we'll go through. I literally yesterday had a quick look around the exterior of the car once my recovery guy dropped it off to me, but I haven't checked in the inside really. So we'll be going through, haven't looked at the engine, we'll be going through all of that together for the first time. So let's start with the exterior. Overall, considering that I bought this blind, I'm pretty happy with it. It was as described from the exterior side of things. Some light scratches there. I don't know if you'll be able to see that in the camera, on the camera. Yeah, there you go. You can see some light scratches there. But I think that should polish out. So going around the passenger side, seems all good. Going around to the bumper, rear bumper, that looks all good. There are a few scuffs here, one there and one there. So I'll try and polish out as best as I can, but I'm not going to even try and touch that in because I'm will probably make it look worse. But for 2014 car, you'll expect some kind of age-related marks. But overall, I'm really happy with the exterior of the car, guys. Seems like a clean example. Go over move the vehicle. Again, all looks good. Alloys, all four alloys are in pretty much good condition. I think I checked yesterday. Apart from this one, which is a Sumitomo, which I've heard of, a brand I've heard of before. Although it's got good tread, the other three are Lansdales. They are pretty much new tyres. Chuffed with that. Look at that. Loads of tread. There's a bit marks there, but I think that'll come out with a wash on the alloy. And then again, this one, look at that. Really good. Happy with that, impressed. When you're buying blind, you just don't know what's going to turn up. It's all potluck really. So let's have a look into the interior. So what do we have? We've got front electric windows, electric wing mirrors. Oh, that's quite cool. Heated electric wing mirrors. Just needs a good valet really. Cloth upholstery seems to be in good condition. So there's a couple of reasons why I bought this, guys. So let's just jump into the vehicle. So let's check if the electrics work on a car. So it does need a service, oil inspection due, which is fair enough, which I knew about anyway. Got almost a half tank of fuel, which is good, so I can take it for a good drive and see if there's any issues with the car. So let's just start it up. So let's have a look. So electric windows works. Driver side, passenger side, good, working. That's good. So let's go to the wing mirrors. Up, down, left, Right, good, that's working. So let's try passenger side. I'm not sure if that's working. Oh, I haven't got it. I had it on a central one there. So up, down, left, right. Cool. So that's working. So good. We've only got 49,000 miles on the clock, which is another plus point for the car. So low mileage for the age of the vehicle. So let's have a look if you've got air conditioning, so decent specs. So let's see if the air conditioning is working. Put the fan on, AC on, put it to cold. Let's see if we get cold aircon or not. That's switched off at the moment. There we go. Oh, yeah. Ice cold aircon. Good stuff. The aircon's working good, so let's switch that aircon off and put it to heat. See the heat function's working. Yep, it's nice and hot, which is good. Let's switch it off. Sorry for if you're getting that in your ears, the noise. So let's switch on the radio. Is the radio working? Yep, radio's working. Any CDs in the car? No. So what do we have? We have media. So we must have media connection somewhere. Oh yeah, you have also a 12 valve connection down there by the handbrake. So the main reason, guys, why I bought the car was this. So it's automatic, and we know with automatic cars at the moment, they get sold like hotcakes. As soon as you list them, within a day or two, they're gone. So that is the main reason why. So we know it needs a service, which is fair enough. I knew that before I bought the car. I think the MOT runs out in August, so I'll get a new MOT done on it. So we'll have an advisory fee MOT, a service, ready for its new owner. So let's have a look what we have in the glove box. So what we have here. Macadam's, sweet and sour. A bonus there. Got the lock and wheel nut and some rubbish. It's fine. So let's just try the passenger side. Windows working. That's all good. Interior lights. That's all working. Nice. So it looks like seems to be a decent example. There are some markings on the headliner there, but I'm not sure that would have actually happened, to be fair. If they transported something and it's bashed against there, but not much we can do about that, unfortunately. So another reason why I bought it, looking at the V5, one previous owner. So 2 owners in total. So low ownership, which is always a good thing. So you're going through this with me the very first time. So I know there's some paperwork. Unfortunately, I don't think there is a service book. Service, there's a service record there. It says first service, second service, pre-delivery. That's not been filled out. I think we've got some receipts. New vehicle warranty, owner's manual, instructions. So I think we've got receipts here for some services. What do we have here? Which I'll go through, but I think it's got, from what I remember, from what the seller told me, we've got a printout here, service history, Mobility Operations Limited. You check them out. So we've got 16, 17, 18, 18, 19, 19, 20. So we're missing 21, 22, 23, not unless it's in some of this other paperwork, but I'll go through that. So it's a decent amount of service history. Unfortunately, I think one of the previous owners must have lost the service history book, but we've got printouts, so it's not a big issue. So let's go into the back. Let's have a check the back out. So again, looking to the back of the vehicle, got manual mirrors, but cloth interior doesn't seem too bad, apart from a valet. We'll bring it up and make it look fresh. So there's 2 things that I need to do. Well, another 2 things that I need to do about the car. One thing I wasn't aware of, and the seller didn't make me aware of, was it's missing a headrest. So I'll have to order a headrest. Have a look on eBay, see how much they're going for. And one thing that the seller didn't tell me about, but my recovery guy informed me of, was it's missing a parcel shelf. So I'll have to order up a parcel shelf. Let's look into the boot. Oh, okay. So there's no jack for the car. That's no biggie. Got some random slippers there. It's amazing to see what you come across when you pick it, buying and selling cars. So I'll get a jack, bought, and chuck that in there. What we've got here, we've got some. I never even heard of that company. Some wipers there. Got a brush there. So it's all right. I'm quite impressed with this, guys. Let me know what you guys think. For a blind buy, do you think I've lucked out here? Was it a risky move? Was it a calculated move? We can only go by what the seller's description is, and he did do a walk around video of the car for me. He didn't do the interior, but he did the exterior. Maybe he didn't do the interior because of the missing headrest and parcel shelf potentially. But yeah, those kind of things can be ordered and replaced. It's no biggie. So let's have a look at the brakes. So let's check the brakes out. They're not bad. They're in pretty good condition. Don't think they will need to be changed. And we just got some rear drums at the back. So let's start her up and see if I can show you guys it driving and see how it drives. You never know, you might have an issue with the gearbox. So let's just start her up. So let's see if the wipers are working. So front wipers, washers, yep, that's all good. Rear one's working. You have to take my word for that, but it is working. So we've got, you got your park, your reverse, your neutral, your drive, and you got S. I guess S it means for sport potentially. So let's put it into drive. We're off, guys. Apologies for the random mattress there. Seems to be driving fine. Picking up speed fine. Seems to be changing gears okay. Let me just put my seatbelt on. Foot down. Seems to be fine, guys. Oh, might have looked out here. There is a slight knocking coming from the back. Here's a rear driver's side. So that potentially might come up in the MOT. Could potentially just be a coil spring that needs to be replaced. But yeah, I'm happy with that. It's driving fine. Drives nice in a straight line. Brakes seem to be good. Just put it into S mode. Oh yeah, you can notice that. It is picking up obviously not going to razz around in a little Skoda Fabia, but that is a bit more nippier than the normal drive function. So that's good. So that seems to be driving okay. So let's put it into reverse. Let's see if it goes into reverse. Yep, reversing fine. Put back into drive. Let's pull up over here. Leave it. Put into park. Handbrake up. That's it, guys. So I'll take it for a further longer drive. See if I spot anything else. But from initial thoughts, seems to be a good little runner. Of course, let's jump under the hood and let's have a look at the engine bay. It's not on that side. So it's on the passenger side. Yeah, it's on the passenger side. Let's pop up on it. I should have probably checked all the levels before I took it for that little spin, but the previous owner was driving it, so he was on the road. Just need a good clean in here though. is quite mucky. That's potentially a newish battery. It's a TSI engine. Coolant looks like the right colour. I'm going to open it because I just drove the car. Let's have a look at the underneath the engine oil cap. Looks okay to me. It does need a service. Yeah, you can tell it hasn't been serviced. Look at the colour of that oil there. Hopefully you can get that in. Yeah, doesn't look very clean, does it? So definitely needs a service. But apart from that, you guys have seen it the same time as me for the first time. Can't see anything obvious. But shouts out to me. So yeah, pretty happy with that, guys. Cool. So what I'll do now, I'll just take it for a further longer test drive, see if there's any issues with the car overheating or anything like that, and then I'll take it down to the MOT station, get it MOT'd, see what it comes back with, and then get it serviced, get any MOT repairs done, get it validated, and get it up for sale. So I'm just going to drop the Peugeot 208 off to the valeters. As you can see, it's in need of a good valet, so I'll get them to do the inside, outside. I'll get them to wet vac the seats because they're pretty bad. In terms of the Fabia's parcel shelf has arrived and the headrest. So I'm going to pick that up from the mechanics. Even in the boot in a 208, it's in pretty bad condition. So once it's got valeted, it'll be ready to put up for sale. We've got a bit of a story. If you watched my latest YouTube short, I've got a bit of a story on the Fabia, which we'll go through in a bit once I've picked it up. So I've just picked up the Skoda Fabia from the MOT station, and unfortunately it's failed and got a couple of advisories. So it's failed on the headlight projection. There's a minor fix, and then we've got some bulbs that I think will need to be changed, and then we've got some advisories for brake discs, front discs and pads. The MOT station could have just fixed the top one and then left it with some advisories on the MOT, but he knows that I want an advisory free MOT, so he's failed it, including that. So then I can take it to my mechanic, get the top one done, and get the other ones done, take it back to the MOT station to get an advisory free MOT. So I'm just going to drop this one to the mechanics and then pick up the Peugeot 208, the white one that I bought into stock recently. Unfortunately, there's a knocking sound which I thought was coming from the exhaust. There was a clamp that was slightly loose, which they soldered back on, but it was still making a knocking sound. My mechanic did say they didn't get a chance to road test the car before gave it to me because they've been really busy. So the knocking sound was still there, so I've given it back to him, and he just told me that they fixed it now, and it was coming from the front shock absorbers. So that's another £290 towards the Peugeot 208, and I've already spent about 640 on that already. So that's coming up to like almost £1,000 on that car. But we need to get the cars right before they get ready for retail. So it just goes to show in this business, it's not as simple as getting a car, just throwing some water over it and then retailing it. There's always stuff that needs to be done. There's always additional costs that you might not think about or have planned for. This will now make a really good car for someone. 12 months MOT, serviced, cam belt done. It's good to go mechanically. So and hopefully we'll make a nice car and get another 5-star review, and that's what it all comes down to. So for the last month, as being Muslim, we've been fasting. After the month of Ramadan, we have a celebration day or 3 days of Eid, which is similar to Christmas, where we have family around, give out presents, have lots of food and all that kind of stuff. So as I don't celebrate Christmas, what I've done is I've bought some tubs of celebrations, which I want to give to my mechanic. So one for my mechanic, one for the body shop, one for the valeters, and one for the MOT station. Yeah, so just to spread the good vibes and just let people know that we are celebrating Eid, and then just to help those guys out, like they helped me out, so I'm just giving them something back to show the appreciation, because without their help, my business wouldn't function. So it's just like keeping a good relationship with the people that you use, and they'll look after you and you look after them. So I've just done the retest on the Alfa Romeo Giulietta. So it failed on 3 of the 4 coil springs, and advisory was a coil spring and the rear disc and pads. So I've got all that done now. So we've got an advisory free MOT, which is great. It's had the comeback done around 55,000 miles. It's on 61 at the moment, so that's all good. It had a major service done towards the end of last year, so there's nothing else to be done on that. So that's all good. The rear washer that I mentioned, the leak or a pipe that wasn't working, is actually working. My mechanic checked it all and it's all working. So I'm not quite 100% sure what the previous owner was referring to. I didn't check it, to be fair. I just took his word for it. But that's a bonus that that's working. We've got one issue still to resolve with the car, is the wing mirrors don't go up and down. They go left and right, but not up and down. My mechanic had a look at it and he thinks it's to do with this window switch here, because they don't think it's to do with the motors, because it's a bit strange that both motors won't be working on each side. So I found a second-hand window switch on Facebook Marketplace for £65. So I'm going to order that, get my mechanic to switch that over, and then this car will be ready for retail after it's had a quick valet. So that's good. So we've done that. But in terms of the coil springs, they were actually special order items. Mechanic was struggling to get hold of them, so the bill to get the MOT done and get all the advisory fee MOT is going to come to around, I think he said, about £630, and that's not including the labour to swap this over. So we're looking at almost a £700 bill to get this one retail ready. So it just goes to show that it's not as easy as just getting cars washed and chucking a bucket of water over them and retailing them on. To do this job properly, to get the cars retailed and prepared properly, it does take time and effort. But in the end, it is worth it, because you get happy customers and you get your 5-star reviews. So it's worth it in the end. And this is the hard work that we do put into the preparation of the cars. For then, when the customers come to view them, most of the times when I'm selling my cars, they get sold on the first viewing. Right, so it's time to focus on the Zafira now, because I've got a customer potentially that's interested in this one. So I'm just going to drop it off to the body shop, because we've got a crack in the bumper there. I guess I could glue that in and then touch that up, but this is going to be around a 5.5, 6 grand car figure. So I'd rather just get that done and present it to a high standard. And then we've got this scratch here, which I'm going to ask the body shop to polish off. That should polish it off with a mop. So we'll get that done and then get it serviced and MOT'd, and then we'll see what comes out of that. So we just picked up the Skoda Fabia from the mechanics. They've done all of the advisories and the failures on the MOT. So now we've got a fresh 12 months MOT on the car, which is good news. One problem we had with this car is I bought it blind from Facebook. So I didn't get a chance to test drive or anything like that. And that's the risk I took when I bought the car in stock. But I had decent margin in the car, so I knew if there was anything seriously wrong with the car, we can still turn it around and make a profit, hopefully, on the car. So took it down to the mechanics to get it serviced, because it was due a service, and they said the car had a noisy timing chain. So the timing chain was like ticking. So they said that it's a risk. You can keep it as it is, or they advised that to get it done, to get it changed. So I got that changed, but it come out an expensive bill of £850, including the work, all the repairs for the MOT. So £850 on the car already spent, but it's all done now. So we've done the MOT, 12 months MOT, done a freshly serviced car, and just need to get it validated, and then that one ready to go and ready for retail. So I'm just going to start up the Fabia since I got it back from the mechanics. So we had a timing chain replaced just to see how it sounds like, or what it sounds like. They said it was pretty rattly when I dropped it off to them. So let's just have a sound of listen to it now. Definitely sound a lot better. There's no tapping or ticking sound from the timing chain, so that's good. Apparently it's a common issue with these 1.2 petrol engines. Before I started doing the YouTube channel, I did have a 1.2 petrol VW Polo 2013, and I sold that to the customer, and the timing chain snapped on them. I gave them a full refund and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it seems to be a common issue on these engines. But luckily we've done it now, so the new owner will have peace of mind that the engine's all good. And seeing as they're automatic, I think this will sell pretty quickly. Just need to give it a good valet, get the engine bay cleaned as well. You can see it's pretty dirty, but nothing that can't be rectified. And then get the walk around video and pictures of this done and get it up for sale. The Cat N Peugeot 208, which was parked over here, the one, it was a 2019 plate, which was a Cat N. I managed to trade it out. So I traded it out to someone else, another trader who I think they had a customer lined up for it. So I've sold it on. I made a bit of profit. I think they're going to make a bit of profit selling it on to their customer. But everyone's happy there. And there's another car sold. So some money back into the bank, so we can move on with some other stock. So if you got to the end of the video, I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, share and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you in the next one.